It's Whitney High School Live, and I'm your host, Ben Espejo. Well, hey guys, welcome to the Friday edition of Whitney High School Live. Now, unfortunately, we didn't have a house band performance today, but if you still want to see someone perform, you've got a couple of chances to do so. We have Student Showcase today at lunch in the Quad, and we have our musical shows. We have two shows today, a matinee at 4 and an evening show at 7:30, so we hope to see you at those performances. Now, we're going to throw it over now to our last segment of Love Advice with Lisa.
Thank you, Ben. I'm here again with Lisa, who's going to be giving some advice to couples who will soon be separated by college. Take it away, Lisa.
Thank you, Raji. With less than 4 months left until the end of the school year, this is a question on many students' minds. The person going to college is about to embark on a completely new experience, living alone for possibly the first time, and experiencing a new environment with new people. The person staying behind, well, they might not be experiencing something completely new. But for both people that are leaving, they have to consider certain things as well. What does this mean for their relationship? It's important to take a look, it's important to take an honest look at the effort that a long distance relationship entails. What are your expectations for that relationship? How often are you going to talk, chat, text, or otherwise communicate? How often are you going to see each other? What may this cause you to miss out on in your college experience? College is about self-discovery, expectations, and learning. How does this relationship fit into that? This is only a small sampling of issues that you need to consider. So it's really important to reach out and really talk about this with somebody that you trust. If you'd like to talk to Patrick or myself, please come by the office to schedule an appointment. Back to you, Raji.
Thank you, Lisa. Now I'm here with Melissa Lanto, who's going to be sharing her views as an LGBT advocate. So Melissa, tell me a little bit about your beliefs.
Well, as an LGBT advocate, I feel like all love should be considered equal and that people shouldn't be discriminated against for who they are and who they love. And I personally can relate to those who struggle with finding themselves in terms of gender identity and sexuality. And I also have friends and family that are gay and lesbian, and I think it's really sad that people discriminate against them for who they are and who they love.
So what do you think is the misconception people have about LGBT love?
Well, first off, I'd like to clarify what LGBT is and what it means. It's an initialism for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender, and actually, the acronym doesn't include all of the different gender identities and sexualities. This includes agender, asexual, intersex, and many more. And people don't realize that the LGBT community is actually a spectrum, and there are a lot of different identities and sexualities. And also, one other misconception is that LGBT issues only include issues like gay marriage, and that's not true. And one more misconception that I like to approach is the fact that being a certain having a certain gender identity or being a certain sexuality isn't a choice. It's not a lifestyle. It's not something that people choose to do. It's just who they are and who they see themselves as.
So do you think Whitney is an LGBT-friendly place?
I don't think it is, because people tend to dismiss LGBT issues a lot, and they feel uncomfortable talking about it. And there are also a lot of negative stereotypes about the different sexualities enforced here at Whitney. If you walk through the hallways, you can hear people throwing around slurs and kind of bullying each other, like even though they consider it a joke, like about not being manly enough or being too girly or not girly enough. And people are always having to prove how manly they are or how girly they are, I guess.
Are there ways in which Whitney is LGBT-friendly?
Actually, yeah. There are a good handful of staff members that are actually really open and welcoming to LGBT students. And there are other students as well that actually educate themselves about LGBT definitions and issues. And I think it's really helpful that they do this, and it's like a breath of fresh air, and it really helps people get through the day.
Thank you so much, Melissa, for coming on the show and sharing your views. Now we're going to throw it over to Angelina with the last Black History Month segment.
As Black History Month comes to an end, I'd like to return to the idea that African American success and culture should not be celebrated during a designated period of time, but throughout our lives. This also applies to the week of Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is not African Christmas, but an African American celebration of family, culture, and community, which takes place during the last week of December. It's a time for families to gather around, share food, exchange gifts, show their gratitude for one another, and remember their history and heritage. 7 basic symbols of Kwanzaa include unity, creativity, purpose, faith, and others. These principles were shared many years ago among the Africans who were forced from their homes and taken into captivity. They've remained intact throughout the numerous struggles our community has faced since then, including the Civil Rights Movement, Hurricane Katrina, and the recent incidents of police brutality. These principles can be used by everyone and celebrated by all, not just African Americans, because they can be applied to everyday life. The Black community is as strong, proud, and unified as it is today because it has embraced the principles of Kwanzaa throughout its entire history. Similarly, we can share our love among each other all the time. Valentine's Day may be in February, but love, respect, and culture should be expressed year-round. With that being said, on behalf of Ebony Element, I'd like to thank Whitney High Live for allowing us to share our ideas and host our own segment this month. I hope you all have taken away something meaningful from Black History Month. Back to you, Ben.
Thank you so much, Angelina. Now, before we go, I've got a couple of things to announce. The Career Day registration deadline has been extended to Tuesday, and next week is a Spirit Week. So next Monday, bring a stuffed animal and bring your best friend. That's all for today. This has been Whitney High School Live. I'm Ben Espejo. Have a great day, and I'll see you on Monday.